Like all colonial American cities, Charlottesville's history would be incomplete without domesticated livestock. At the turn of the 18th century, Charlottesville saw the rise of plantation estates such as Rose Hill, Ash Lawn, and Monticello. Much of the food production for these micro-communities took place on the property and, accordingly, animals were essential to their daily functioning. Towards the end of the 19th century, Charlottesville began to feel the effects of industrialization as railroads made their way into the city. Since live animals could be shipped in from other areas of Virginia, raising livestock within the city became less of a necessity for residents and fell out of fashion. Born from the C&O stockyards, the Charlottesville livestock market is a remnant of this railroad heritage. It moved to its current location on the east side of town in 1946 and holds weekly livestock auctions to this day. In 2009, the Charlottesville League of Urban Chicken Keepers conducted a self-reported survey of its members that found that 14 households in and around the city owned a total of 141 chickens. In 2014, Cluck has 396 members on Facebook. At the rate it is growing, one can only guess how many chickens that accounts for. The success of this group illustrates the increased interest in raising animals over the past few years. Urban livestock is on the upswing. In recent years, animal enthusiasts championed for ownership rights, and in 2010, City Council amended long-standing zoning ordinances to allow citizens to keep chickens, bees, and up to 3 miniature goats on residential lots. Some residents are taking full advantage of this policy, including Steve and Laura Brown of Casa Alma, who have made it their mission to give back to their community and employ more sustainable living practices.
I think our community started to think more along the lines of, well, what can we do to produce food locally? What can we do to produce, to raise animals?
The Brown family has created an oasis in their neighborhood that serves as a place of refuge and respite for the community at large.
And then we have 2 houses of hospitality for low-income families and families in crisis who need a place to stay.
Laura and Steve are highly pleased with Charlottesville's progressive animal ordinances, but also offer recommendations for further improving the city's livestock policies.
You have sort of leftover food and, the next step for it is the compost pile. You think, could that go through a pig first?
I would like to see additional backyard livestock approved, maybe miniature pigs or other fowl, perhaps.
And it's sort of arbitrary to say per lot you have 3 goats when some people have an acre lot and some people have 0.1 of an acre. Right?
Perhaps the city can help in terms of being even more open and proactive to including community gardens in public spaces.
It is evident that the revised ordinances are encouraging Charlottesville residents to participate in this growing livestock movement. But what else can be done? One proposed revision to the city code would be to set minimum square footage requirements for all animals, a common policy that ensures that animals have enough space to live comfortably and do not disturb neighbors. Another proposal would be to permit additional species, specifically miniature pigs and small fowl, in the city. This would increase the diversity of Charlottesville's livestock population and fill niches in the local food system. Without revising zoning ordinances, the city could also support animal owners by identifying, permitting, and encouraging the use of vacant properties by neighborhoods and community organizations for urban livestock, the ultimate goal being the transformation of otherwise pointless land parcels into pockets of neighborhood-scale food production.